So today's topic is carrying weight, is giving the gives, is heavy the heavy. And because today's topic is quite heavy, I said, no, my mind might be limited in understanding of the topic. So let me invite somebody, to talk about it with me. Welcome to God Like Gen Z podcast. It's Arinpe of Yeshua. And with me here is the one and only. This our guest, she loves books, she loves God, she loves everything lovable. Remember for her to love you, but she doesn't want to love you. Anyways, let's welcome Paula. Hi Paula.
Hi. Hi guys.
What are you not feeling like? Anyways, today we are here to talk about physical attractions. Physical attractions. Paula, dear Paula, what is physical attractions to you? Like, what's your understanding of physical attractions?
So, physical attractions are, those things that you see with your eyes, things that appeal to your eyes, things that, that you would see and, you'd probably
want
want
to
to
have
go,
it,
you want to have, or you admire or you want to go for, just those things.
Well, physical attraction. I see it, I want it, I got it. That's basically how I would say it. Like, you see something that you like, and you're like, oh, I want to get to know this person, I want to have that thing, that kind of thing. And then you go for it, sometimes. Sometimes you might not go for it, as a shy person that you might be. But yeah, that's just how I see it to me. And I think today's one we're going to be talking about it in the relationship kind of perspective. How relationship work.
Relationships
How relationships work, based on physical attractions. So now, Paula, do you like for you, is it physical attractions that do it for you? Or like you have to be sexually attracted to the person, that's how you know like you like a particular person?
I would think that physical attraction somehow drives sexual attraction, if we're saying the same thing. And physical attraction is not like it's the ultimate thing, but it is very, very important. For me, if I am not physically attracted to you in any way, I don't think I would even proceed. If what is in my mind is, to build a relationship with you, not, I mean, to build a romantic relationship with you, then I mean, I would consider that even before wanting to know about your personality.
Yeah.
And this is me being very
Like
honest.
you'll be like, this boy fine, no. God, I beg.
Yo, so like, but when it's just to get to know somebody, I see somebody on a platonic level and all,
It might just be something about that person that will just
yeah, maybe the way the person
do it
talks,
for you.
or
Maybe
the way the person walks, or
sings.
sings, or smiles, all of those things. But physical attraction is very important. Thank you.
For love, please. So yeah, for me, so physical attraction is like very important. I would say like in the way that Paula explained it, I get that. Like physical attraction has to somehow propel sexual attraction towards somebody. Like I have to see this person and be like, first of all, I have to think you're fine before I start thinking, oh, okay, if I wanna have this, I wanna marry this man, and have children with him. Like I have to first be like, oh man, God, they create so. But I think for everybody it might be different. For Paula and I, it's like, oh, first of all, we have to like, this person's look has to look good, and then from there we're like, yes. And if it's from that relationship side, as she said, physical attraction is extremely important. If it's platonic level, I think you just need to like maybe have a good voice.
Be a good person.
Yeah,
Be
like
a
just
good
something
human
should just
being.
speak out for me. Like,
Yeah.
just like maybe it's the love for God that we both
Just
share.
love God, exactly.
That will just attract
exactly.
you, and I'm like, I just want to get to know this person. This person loves God and that kind of thing. My second question for well. How do you know a person is right for you? Like from your own perspective, what's the thing that says it for you that yes, this is the person for me?
So this question is very large. Is a lot.
I like to
I
come
want-
to please,
Oh wow. So it's a lot. But one thing that I know is very, very, something that, like, the first thing, if the person is a believer, if the person is a believer, that's one thing ticked. Person is a believer and loves God, goes to local church. You're not the ones that think that, oh, I can love God from my household and love God in my house. I say I don't go to church. No, not that kind.
Once I say, oh, you don't have to go and fellowship with the
Yeah,
brethren. God is in the heart of
relationship
man.
is personal, all those kind of things. Yeah, that.
When
So no. But then another thing I realized, or I am still realizing, is that you shouldn't let relationships meet you unprepared. So when I want to find out, oh, if this person is right for me or not, I already have either a mental note or a written note of my negotiables, not negotiables, see the ones that this person picks, why I want that relationship, my priorities. And in talking to this person, I get to base a lot of our conversations on these things that I have written down. Not like I'm going to take over the conversations or not. Let the person
but
speak
like
and
to
express.
some extent, both
Yeah,
of you have to
it gives
share
a
like
kind of
one thing.
structure to this
I think
thing.
that's why it's very clear as a believer that you date
Mhm.
a believer. That's why the Bible says do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers.
Exactly.
There's a reason for that. If you are dating somebody that's an unbeliever now, the person finds sex okay, the person finds things that you don't find okay, it
Yeah.
becomes a problem because both of you will
Yeah.
clash. You are saying the person is like, what's wrong
Why?
in
It's
it? Like
it's
why
basic,
do you
it's
get?
nothing to deep.
But like when you are dating a believer or when you're like looking at you are having some sort of attraction towards a
Mhm.
believer, you know that to some extent in that your talking stage you're already having conversations about, oh, we're staying away from this
Yeah,
till marriage,
that's
we're not
standard.
doing this. You've already started setting boundaries for yourselves that you know that you are going to follow God winning.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like it's very important to know who you are talking to. There's some believers too. Well, I don't think we call them believers in this situation again. People that will say, oh my God, I love God, but like I don't think sex is bad.
They are sure people of God.
Uncle, you don't think sex is bad? I'm not saying premaritally,
Yeah.
like you don't think it's bad, you think it's okay. Like I've had people that have had conversations with me, like, okay, in my mind, this person is fine, this person is, already talking about how they love God and everything, and the next thing they're like, oh, come to my house overnight to do what?
Spend the
Pray,
night with me.
night vigil. Because I don't know what I'm coming to do in your house.
Mhm.
Do you get? Like, I'm not saying during courtship, like in the church I grew up in Deeper Life, and during courtship they have this ritual that you guys don't meet alone.
Yeah.
So you're meeting with one maybe like mentor of the church that you've picked out, that you know that okay, follows after the rules of the church, follows after God, loves God, and you're picking that person, and then you're going to meet in their house. You're meeting their house, you're meeting the parlor where they will be looking at you like this.
Yeah.
Will be turning. So, and there's a reason, like growing up, I didn't understand that. And I was like, what do you mean I can't see the person I want to marry in private?
It was a safe thing.
Yeah, it's just safer that way. They're not saying you don't have self control, but they're trying to help you keep that self control.
Yes, it's important. It's necessary.
Yeah.
It's necessary that as a believer you have boundaries. You have a mentor, or just an older accountability partner and other things.
That's why it's good to tell your parents too. Some people will say, why? Like my dear.
Shall make sure that somebody older than
knows.
you,
It
and
might be your
more
brother,
responsible.
it might be your cousin
Yeah.
that you know loves God and
Yeah.
and you know that okay, this person is going to actually be accountable for you.
That will not lead you astray.
Your
Has similar,
views on the Bible, on the word, on who Jesus
Exactly.
is in your life.
Your pastor, your service unit leader, a parent, somebody. We get the point, right? Yeah, we do.
So, this other question is quite big. When do you think it is okay for somebody to date? Now, we're not going to say this thing from a hypocritical point of view because we'll just be hypocrites. We'll be like the Pharisees that will say, oh, do as I say, but don't do as I do. You get? Now, Paula,
Yes.
when do you think is okay? Okay.
So the so the ideal thing is to start dating when you are you're prepared to marry, just so that you don't have very long and maybe
Costly
unnecessary relationships and stuff. When you're ready to marry, you date, and everything just goes faster and stuff. But at the same time, we all know that people don't just start dating 2 years before they marry.
No.
Or
Or
this
6 months before
Or
they
6
marry.
months they
I still
marry.
don't understand that concept of.
I mean, it can happen, and it's not like it's wrong if if the things that are happening within those
I
6
feel like
months are.
it's understandable if
Mhm.
they were friends before.
Okay.
Do you get, like, you
Yeah.
know that person to some sort of level? I still don't. I've heard of those stories where people are like, oh, we knew each other for 6 months, or we dated for 6 months, and we've married for 20 something years. In this generation,
Kudos to them.
do you get, like, in this generation that we all are in, you should know if the person is a serial killer or was a serial killer.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
get?
That's why the things that happen within those 6 months are necessary. The conversations that had within those 6 months, since we're using 6 months as a baseline now.
Yeah.
Within those 6 months, what conversations did you have? What kind of people did
What
you
things
meet?
were you guys knowing about each
Yeah,
other that
like,
made
who
you
did you
guys
meet?
know that okay,
Yeah,
we know each other?
Yeah.
I've had situation. I know somebody. I don't know if anybody follows this person on the Definitor on Instagram, and the person that she got married to, I think they did their courtship for about 4 or 5 months, and they got married.
Interesting.
But here was the thing about her relationship. If you read the whole story of how she knew him, they had already been some sort of mutual friends. It's like she has known him, but like they were never really close. So to some extent, they both knew each other, and they never thought of themselves like in a romantic fashion or anything. And then along the line, she's praying that, oh God, who am I going to marry, and that kind of thing. And God's like that. And she's like,
Really?
you mean? Are you kidding? And then fast forward to, after that, she expected that, okay, this would have just started, working out, they would have entered the relationship, everything would just grow to the answer, bam. But it wasn't like that. I think it took another like 3 months before he now came to her, and like he too, God had already told him that she was the person that
God.
do you get? And that was how everything just worked out. And now they're married. And they're so cute. They're so cute. I love them.
Love it for them.
So yeah, like I feel like to some extent that's understandable depending on what you're basing your relationship. I'm not saying people that have dated for 2 years, 3 years. My brother's not like this. They date stay before they marry.
Yeah, but ultimately.
But we won't call this. Someone said there was something that Dara sent me, Oyo, and the three Oyos, three. Babiloye. I don't even know what to say again. But the three of them said something. They were like, when you're dating to marry, we shouldn't call it dating any longer. You should call it courtship. Dating is let's see where this will go. Do you get? But you already have the view of, once you get married, so call it courtship. At that point I was like, so you're trying to tell me that if I decide to start dating now, and I'm like, okay, we are discussing marriage, I should start calling this courtship. That's cute. That's quite cute. But so do you think maybe you should say an example of like me? I dated in secondary school. I'm not gonna be the hypocrite that will tell you that I did it.
Yeah, I think we all did. Oh, maybe not all, but I mean
majority of Gen Zs did it.
Yeah.
And I would say, as a believer now, I'm like, I wish I had just waited.
Yeah.
Do you get? Like, it's not what
it not had any value.
It's not what it. Like, everybody else was doing it, and I wanted to
not saying that some beautiful love stories don't start from secondary school or stuff. That happens, but at the same time, is that really what you want? Because relationships take work. They take work, time, dedication. A lot of things. Is that something you're able to give out and sacrifice at whatever age you are in secondary school, until you're mentally ready for these things and you believe you're mentally ready and
like me
physically
now.
ready and financially ready?
I'm a shite.
Yes,
I'm literally you're ready. Like, I was
in
secondary school when I was dating. I was 14 plus when I started dating.
Wow.
So let me say 13, 14 plus. So I was literally young, too young in my dictionary to be dating.
You're a child, yeah.
And now that I think about it, when it wasn't a quite amicable breakup, no offense to the boy, because I know he's gonna listen to this. Sorry, sir, because we are friends now. But at that moment, it was like I was going to school and he was like not having it, and then he just left me on red one day, and that was the end of the relationship. Oh my God, I was pained. I was like, what? Why would you do that to me? I was so hurt. Like, I carried that hurt into uni and everything, because I also entered uni very young, and it was just like, why would you do that to me? And then entering uni, I won't say I've had relationships in uni. I'll say I've had situationships. Okay. But in the situationships, I had that my 100 level 2 times. My 100 level, different people.
Ah, wow.
First semester, a different person. Second semester, was a different person.
Crazy.
And now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, girl, you were quite frivolous for a child.
Ah, okay.
Would I say I was being naive? I would say I was being naive because that was just naivety.
Mm.
I was seeing other people doing it, and I just wanted to
Feel among.
belong.
Let's
Like everybody was talking about their situationships, their
Mhm.
relationships, and I was like, what? How can I be?
Peer pressure. Peer
Yeah.
pressure.
Like I grew up in a hope that shouldn't have been a problem for me to just keep myself. But no, I wanted to belong to everybody else. But Paula and I would tell you about. Wait, please. No rush.
Don't do that. Don't rush, please. Take
No
your
rush.
time. Make sure you're physically ready and capable, mentally, financially, because some things actually do take money. You know,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of readiness too, and also pray. Oh, pray. Actually, pray. You can speak to someone older. Oh, do you think? And if there's someone that's approaching you and stuff, tell somebody.
And
You
when I'm
should
saying
tell
someone
somebody.
older in this context, I'm not saying it has to be your parents. You can have like an older friend that you've been looking up
Yeah.
to. That like now I have someone that is quite older than me, and I look up to her. I call her my bestie because she knows all the nooks and crannies that my own siblings don't know.
Yeah, I think there's almost always that one
She
person.
knows everything. Like she
Mm.
knows the relationships I've had. She knows the. I'm not sure my brother knows about all the relationships I've had. But she knows. She knows the person, the who, the when, the why, how we broke up, what happened. She knows everything.
Yeah.
So like when we're saying, oh, look towards someone older, we're not saying, oh, your parents or your auntie.
Mhm.
I don't trust my aunties now. I tell them something, I will get my mother's mouth.
Ah.
So that kind of thing. Um. The other question. Paula.
Hi.
Do you think long distance relations are okay?
Long distance relationships they're not bad. And
But
so the thing about long distance relationships is that they
they
take more work.
done.
And if it's not something you signed up for, then you should talk about it. Because a lot of people can make long distance relationships work.
Yeah.
Long distance relationships have their pros and cons. For at least for the pros of it, one thing is that you're less susceptible to um, sexual temptation between yourselves. But now the thing is that it can open you up to sexual temptation with other
From
people.
other people.
You get so like there are pros and cons to it.
I think personally, yeah, I don't have any issue with long distance. But sometimes I'm not sure it's something that I can do. Like I run away from long distance as much as possible because I'm the type of person that I like to see the person that I want to like have a relationship with. Like I don't need to do it, I just want to see you. We should just look at each other once a week. We'll be fine. Do you get? And I'm sure somebody will be
once
like,
in a month, uncle.
eh? For why? I'm sure somebody will be like, you guys do video call. It's
Yeah,
like, no.
they're video calls.
I want to touch you for like once.
Why
Just
you
hold your
touching
hand. Like, okay, you're alive. Okay, bye. Can be going.
Oh wow.
Okay, I'm just kidding, to be honest. I think I can do long distance relationship, but sometimes I'm like, no. Especially now that I'm still living under my parents' roof. No. Because if I'm talking on the phone, my parents will be like, you don't have anything to do.
Talking with the other gender.
You don't have anything to do. I remember I did that one night, and my father had a conversation with me of how that was not good.
Yeah.
So, I would say no to that. But in the context of if you want to do that, I think you should weigh the pros and cons on your own part.
Yes.
Are you someone that, if you're just seeing your partner, you will start liking somebody else that is there?
Or you begin to panic.
Do you get
Yeah,
like
the
those are
first
some
thing-
questions that you should ask yourself? Like
Yeah.
me being in school now, there were questions I asked myself. I remember being in a relationship once, and somebody else was trying to like check me and everything.
Wow.
Please, as well as was trying to check me, and I noticed that because that person was close to me, we were talking a lot in school, like we're in the same environment. I noticed that I was suddenly having attraction to him, and I was in a
Relationship by
relationship.
proximity. That's what
Do you get relationship by proximity? And I was attracted to him, and I realized that problem today, there is a problem. I think I ended up breaking up with the person's relationship because
Did you put it? You did it. What
No.
did you not break up?
I'm saying like I broke up with the person I was in a relationship with
Oh,
at that
wow.
time because of all that.
Oh,
Because it was like it was bad.
yeah, I feel you.
And I believe I'm the type of person that believes that if you're already liking somebody else, you have started cheating. You don't need to
Start
have
your
to
mind.
sleep with the person to have started cheating.
Yeah.
The moment you start liking someone else, you've started distancing yourself to some extent from the person you're in a relationship with. So there becomes a problem
Yeah.
because you are supposed to be loving the person that you're in a relationship
Yeah.
with. Why are you liking another person?
So as a final note, so relationships are good. I mean, a relationship that is founded on things that should be founded on, first of all, on Christ.
God.
Yes.
Pray.
On God.
Pray. If you didn't pray and you enter a relationship, you will cry and come back to God.
So it is important that you pray about relationships. It's also important that you keep a good circle and a healthy circle of people that
Friends.
can tell you things that you need to know. And
Like
it's
this
not
rat
always.
Paula. She's a
I'm
good
not
friend
a rat
sometimes.
in Jesus' name. I am the image of God. Glory to Jesus. So yes, people that you can talk to about these kind of things, mentors. Also read books on relationships. I read a lot, so maybe this is just my bias point of view, but I think you should read
books on
books.
relationship.
should
If
read
you are the
books
type
on
of person that you don't like reading, you could listen to Pastor Kingsley, Pastor Mildred. There are a lot of people that speak on relationships, marriages, and all that, and start preparing your mind. Like I think the day I started listening to Pastor Mildred was the day I realized my relationship that was in at that point was like
You shouldn't have been there.
yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been
Because
there.
first of all, I didn't pray.
Yeah, you just
before entering the relationship.
dance
So
into it.
you get. So I believe that one thing you should do as a believer, you're ESD as the believer, please pray.
Yeah.
Let God be the center of your relationships.
Mm.
If God is not the center, then becomes a problem.
Yes.
And then you guys be having issues, and then you be like, oh my God, why are we fighting today? Why are we? Why you did not ask God to come and be the center? I won't see people fight. So yeah.
So yeah, that's that. Do relationship the right way, do it the God way.
Do it with God, do it with God.
T for thank you.
Well, as Paula said, T for thank you. Please.
Does that sound like me?
Rude. But do it with God, to be honest. Doing this relationship thing has to be with God, and in every step of the way, take God along. In fact, in life, if you're not doing things with God, why are you doing these things? So do things with God in life, with every situation that comes your way, with God, for God, as Bible as CCI says.
In Christ for Christ with joy.
We love you guys. Bye. God loves you more.